We're here today to talk about managing your breathlessness to reduce the impact it has on your daily living. It is very common for people with a palliative, long-term progressive condition affecting the respiratory system to experience breathlessness. Whilst it may not be possible to completely eliminate breathlessness, it is possible to manage your symptoms to improve your quality of life, overall well-being and independence. Let's pause for a few moments to think about your daily routine. What do you want or need to do? What are your priorities? How does illness or breathlessness impact on your daily activities? The aim of this session is to provide information and guidance about managing the symptoms of breathlessness and its impact on the activities of daily living. The content is aimed at helping people with a palliative or long-term progressive condition improve their quality of life, overall well-being and independence. This session may also help family members, carers or other healthcare professionals. Here is an outline of what we will cover in the session. We will first provide some general background information about what breathlessness is and how it can impact on your daily living. We will then explore some positive coping strategies that can be used to manage your breathlessness and reduce the impact that it can have on your daily living. And we will also look at the importance of sleep, physical activity and diet in managing your breathlessness. The session will close with some information about where to go for more support and which healthcare professionals can help advise you further on the topics we have covered in the session. Before we start, it may be useful to get a pen and paper for you to make some notes. We have also scheduled a couple of opportunities for you to pause the video if you need a break away from your screen. Please pause the video now if you need to go and get anything before we move on. Breathlessness describes a feeling of difficult or uncomfortable breathing or a feeling of being unable to get enough air. Breathlessness can affect people physically, cognitively, socially and emotionally, and it is a common symptom that many people with a palliative or long-term progressive condition may experience. The severity of breathlessness can vary from day to day or even hour to hour. For some people, breathlessness can become increasingly worse over a period of weeks or months, and some people it can experience episodes where their breathlessness can feel acutely worse. Therefore, the variable and unpredictable nature of breathlessness can make it very difficult to manage and plan any daily activities that you may need or want to do. Please remember that it is possible to make changes to the way that you do things and manage your breathlessness better. We will talk you through some positive coping strategies later in the presentation. When someone gets breathless, several systems in the body interact to cause ongoing, worsening breathlessness. These different systems are often called breathing, functioning, and thinking, and we will look at each element of this separately. Severe breathlessness very often causes an altered breathing pattern, for example, rapid breathing using the upper chest. This altered breathing pattern is not as effective and can actually worsen breathlessness, setting up a vicious cycle as shown in the diagram. The sensation of breathlessness very commonly impacts on our thinking brain, which means our thoughts and feelings, which causes anxiety or panic. And this anxiety or panic in turn causes more breathlessness, which sets up another vicious cycle as shown in the diagram. If we consider the functioning system, breathlessness often results in people being less active. It is very difficult to motivate yourself to go for a walk if you know it's going to cause breathlessness. Similarly, people will often avoid going up the stairs so much. This is very understandable, but unfortunately it means that the muscles in your arms and your legs and your respiratory muscles aren't being used as much. This reduced functioning or deconditioning means that the body is less strong and any activity will require more effort, and this results in more breathlessness, as you can see in the diagram. If you are feeling severely acutely breathless, then it is best to focus on the breathing and thinking cycles. Here is a summary before looking at the detail. Slow down your breathing rate. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Make sure you breathe out fully. Focus your breathing using the breathing rectangle or pursed lip breathing. Use a fan. Correct your breathing style. This takes a lot of time and effort, and we will go through this in more detail later in the session. If you take medication to help with your breathlessness, you can also do this. Alter your body position, which can help in recovery. We will now go through some of the techniques in more detail. We would recommend practicing these techniques when you are calm and relaxed, which may make them easier to utilize at a time when you feel increasingly breathless. You can pause the video at any time to practice. The breathing rectangle is a strategy to help with breathlessness, anxiety, and panic. It can be used in combination with either pursed lip breathing or breathing control. It is a simple strategy which can be used wherever you are. It can help to visualize your breathing around a rectangle as you recover your breath. There are items around us every day which you can use to help with this. For example, TV, mirrors, window frames, and picture frames. Follow the edge of the rectangle as you breathe, breathing in along the short edge and out along the longer edge. Gradually slow the speed that your eyes move around the edge of the rectangle to slow your breathing. Pursed lip breathing is a technique which is thought to prevent tightness in the airways by providing resistance to exhalation. This technique has been shown to increase the use of the diaphragm and decrease use of accessory muscles. People sometimes adopt this technique instinctively. Using pursed lip breathing can help in the following ways. It helps to improve ventilation. It releases trapped air in the lungs. It helps to keep the airways open longer and decreases the work of breathing. Prolongs exhalation to slow the breathing rate. It can improve breathing patterns by moving old air out of the lungs and allowing for new air to enter. By relieving shortness of breath and helping with general relaxation. To perform pursed lip breathing, firstly relax your neck and shoulder muscles. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 2. And pucker your lips as though you're going to whistle or as though you're going to blow a candle out, and then exhale slowly through your lips for a count of 4, and repeat. You can also use a handheld fan to help with your breathlessness. You can keep a fan in your pocket or handbag when out and about so you have it to hand when needed. You can also keep one by your bedside so it is easy to reach if you wake at night. You may find it helpful to use the fan with other breathlessness management techniques, such as breathing control techniques, positioning, relaxation, and mindfulness. Some people, when breathless, will instinctively open a window or a door to help get some fresh air in. Similarly, the cool draft from a handheld fan can help to reduce the sensation of breathlessness. It has been shown that the cool air from the fan on the face is effective by stimulating the trigeminal nerve in the face. To use the fan, hold it approximately 6 inches away from your face, directing the air across your face rather than directly onto it. You can also move it gently across your face if that helps. You can use the fan as and when needed for short or longer periods. Alternatively, you can open windows or use a desktop or floor standing fan to increase airflow across the face. It is very common for people when they feel very breathless to mainly breathe using the upper chest, which is called disordered or dysfunctional breathing. If you can learn to change your breathing pattern to use your lower chest, called diaphragmatic breathing, it will be better in the long term. Learning to breathe a different way takes time and practice, and we would always recommend to practice diaphragmatic breathing when you feel calm and relaxed. Once you know the technique, you can switch to this breathing pattern as you recover from an acute episode of breathlessness. The main muscle of breathing is the diaphragm. This is a large sheet of muscle covering the base of your rib cage. As you breathe in, it moves down to help draw the air into your lungs and your tummy rises. When you breathe out, it relaxes, returning to its natural dome shape and allowing your tummy to rest back in. The diaphragm muscle does not tire easily. Using the diaphragm is the most efficient way of getting oxygen into the body. So before practicing diaphragmatic breathing, ensure that you are in a comfortable position with your head and back supported and your shoulders and upper chest relaxed. Place one hand on your tummy, and as you breathe in, feel your tummy rise and expand, and as you breathe out, feel it relax down. As you practice, breathe gently. There should only be slight movement on your tummy. Most people naturally adopt the best position to recover from breathlessness, but there may be some other positions that you haven't discovered naturally. These positions generally involve leaning forward to maximize diaphragmatic function and supporting or splinting your arms so that you can use your accessory muscles whilst you are very breathless. The positions shown here may help to ease breathlessness after you have been active. With all positions, try to relax the hands, wrists, shoulders, neck and jaw as much as possible. There is no one position which suits everyone, nor one position which people with a particular condition prefer. Experiment with different positions and find what works best for you. An additional technique which you can use to try to help control your breathing is called the calming hand. Using your hand means that you can use this anywhere, anytime. The calming hand is used to help control panic attacks and ease breathlessness. It is a helpful tool to use when experiencing breathlessness, as you always have your hand with you. Each point is simple and enables you to control and calm your breathing. So using the calming hand, step 1, using your thumb, recognize the symptoms as they start. Next, firmly hold your thumb and remind yourself of regaining control. Step 2, your index finger. Sigh out. While you begin to relax, sigh out. This will help with relaxing your shoulders, arms and upper chest. Step 3, middle finger. Breathe in slowly. Take a slow and gentle breath in. Step 4, fourth finger. Breathe out slowly. Again, take a gentle and slow breath out until your breath begins to come up in its natural form. Step 5, little finger. Stretch and relax your hand. Now relax and stretch your hand. Remind yourself of regaining control. And you can repeat this until you feel your breathing has become under control. One of the biggest things that you can do to reduce your ongoing baseline breathlessness is to keep active. If you avoid activities that make you breathless, your muscles become weaker. Weaker muscles need more oxygen to work. Over time, you feel more and more breathless. This is called the vicious cycle of inactivity. The good news is you can break this vicious cycle of inactivity. By becoming more active, you can make your muscles stronger, including your breathing muscles. This will help you feel less out of breath when you do everyday tasks. When being active, moderate breathlessness is good for you. So what does this mean? Assess yourself using the talk test. During the activity, say out loud one of these sentences. Moderate breathlessness is good for me. This activity is going to do me good. If you can say one sentence with 2 or 3 stops for breath, you're working at moderate intensity. This is your aim. If you can say the whole sentence without stopping, you can increase the intensity. If you can't speak or can't say more than one word at a time, you may want to slow down. A healthy diet is important for maintaining overall health. It provides essential nutrients, fluid and energy for the body. The Eat Well plate in the picture is a guide to a balanced diet. It shows how much of what you eat should come from each food group. Some other tips for meals to help you manage your breathlessness can include cooking simpler meals to reduce the amount of time you spend in the kitchen, eating convenience or pre-cooked meals, trying to eat little and often, eat small meals and snacks throughout the day. If you can, sit while preparing meals. Use oven dishes you can serve from to save on washing up. Don't lift heavy pans. Where possible, dish food out near the stove. Avoid bending and stretching when preparing food. Small meals on smaller plates can also be easier to manage. Eat slowly and take small mouthfuls. Try sucking on ice cubes or ice lollies. And keeping your food moist with sauces and gravies can also reduce the effort of eating. Being short of breath can cause you to breathe more through your mouth and less through your nose. This can cause your mouth and tongue to become dry, leaving a bad taste. If your tongue is coated, it may make your food taste unpleasant and might put you off eating. If your tongue is coated a lot of the time, ask a member of your healthcare team for further advice. Frequent drinks, even if you just take a few sips at a time, can help keep your mouth moist. You may find fizzy drinks the most refreshing. Keep a glass of water by your bedside and carry water with you when you go out. We've come to the end of the session, but there are many resources available, and the slide shows some that you may find helpful. If you have any questions, please get in touch.